Hi, this is Jen with Caketastic Cakes, and this is a short little look at a Technoblade cake that I just made for a Technoblade fan. And in the following video, I'm going to show you all the steps that you need in order to make it yourself. Now, I'm starting this bad boy off with a single cake. It's an 8-inch cake. I've got 2 of them. I dirty iced them, and I stuck them in the fridge until they were nice and cold. So it sat in the fridge for about an hour. I'm going to cut the wedge off the bottom, and I'm going to turn my Technoblade cake into a cake top forward Technoblade cake. So getting a little fancy here on you, right? But once it's really cold like this, it'll stand up just fine. You do have to keep putting it back in the fridge though. It can't sit out on your counter, or be a display cake because it will get soft and mush on you. Anyway, I got it on a cake plate, like I said. I do add another layer of white vanilla, just vanilla buttercream icing. It is American icing, crusting buttercream. And that Technoblade template right there I'm using, I just found a picture of them online and printed it out. So if you want to use the picture that I have, if you just back up the video a little bit and pause it, you could take a screenshot and print it out, and then you have exactly what I used. I'm using gum paste to make this decoration. You could probably use fondant. I don't know why you couldn't, honestly, since it's just laying flat on the side of the cake. And all I'm doing is just using the printout as a template and tracing and cutting. So that's it. I got the crown cut out. I've got his head cut out. I just used some kind of peachy pink colored gum paste. And again, this is because a fan of Technoblade wanted a cake from me. And so I obliged. And if you're not familiar with Technoblade, it's kind of a sad story. He passed away not too long ago. And he is very well known for his Minecrafting. And his avatar, or his skin that he would use, was this pig with a crown. So yeah, there you go. As far as his body goes, I did white underneath of the entire body, and then I trimmed out the red parts and just laid it over top of the white. I trimmed them a little bit bigger, so that way when they lay over the edge of the white, I could press down on the red and it would overlap the white, and therefore it wouldn't really show. And I'm just filling it in. So I fill in his little hoof hand there. I fill in the white fuzziness on his jacket that he's got. I just cut out some squares for the gems that he has on the crown. So there's a bunch of different colors. Just, if you are going to do this, just keep in mind the color order. So you got all that going on. Do his little nostrils, his eyes. It's just, again, just squares of gum paste or fondant if you want to. I'm going over everything with a black food coloring marker. And this is going to give it the dimension that you could see kind of in the image that I had printed, but kind of falls apart there when you cut it out until you start outlining stuff. So I'm just laying on some lines to make him look more three-dimensional. When I get to certain points of him, like the edges of his ears and his nose in particular, his crown, I just lay the side of the marker, because it's got a bit of a tip. I'll lay the side of it against the edge of the gum paste and just kind of rub it, and it will create a line on the outside. So again, just little details, not a big deal. That's what I'm doing right there. But just keep it in mind so it all fills in. I'm outlining some ruffles on the white, just putting some folds in his jacket, outlining his face again a little bit, make him look a little more cartoony. And when it's all said and done, you've got Technoblade ready for your cake. I'm brushing a little bit of water onto my buttercream icing, and that helps the gum paste stick to it. So I just press it on gently. You don't want to mess up what you've done or smudge your ink there if you do use the food coloring markers. But it just all comes together nice and neat. So yeah, there you go. I felt like the cake was kind of boring right here, so I went ahead and added a few more little details to it. I took some the buttercream icing I had, colored it, and I just added some dollops using a French star tip that I had, a large one. And I just, put some dollops around it just to make it colorful, make it more interesting. I'm spacing it out just because I didn't have a bunch of the same tip, so I had to reuse it. So I spaced it out, filled it in with a bunch of different colors, and there you go. Like, super easy Technoblade cake. And I hope you found this video helpful. Please like and subscribe because it helps me out as well. I've got a lot of other videos out there, so please take a look. And as always, thank you for watching Caketastic Cakes.